everyone. My name is Hounsome. I'm a health coach. For those of you who follow me, you know that I feel that working out, weight training is one of the essential things that you need when you're trying to recover from stress and anxiety. When you're looking to maintain your stress and anxiety and manage it through all of the days and all of the stuff that we're battling at the moment, weight training is a really good thing. But one of the biggest problems I come across with all of my clients, and I have over the past 25 years, I've been doing training, yoga, nutrition, health coaching for a couple of decades now. So I thought, what would be the easiest, simplest thing to do is show you guys some of the basics. I had this conversation, a little text conversation with my best friend. She lives in Croatia. And she's a trainer, she's a kinesiologist, she's a chiropractor, and she did the same thing. She went back to basics, and it made me stop and think, does everybody really understand and know your basic exercises and how to do them? So Instagram, YouTube, there's a lot of great stuff, and there's a lot of people doing a lot more amazing things than I. That's true, because it's not my biggest focus. But training is part of my lifestyle, and is part of one of those things to help you recover, especially for women. So when we look at what are your goals, and people are always telling me and saying the same thing, oh, I want to lose weight. But really what we should be looking at is gaining more muscle, and especially when we hit 40s, 50s and above, gaining more muscle is really a crucial part of maintaining a solid, happy, healthy weight. Key points there. So I'm going to go through 6 basic exercises that everybody should do. And if you're short on time, these are basics you can do with or without weight, and you're always going to modify. So we're going to start with a squat. It is one of the easiest things to do. Like I've got kettlebells, I've got dumbbells, I've got, you can use whatever you want. So if you're just standing, let's go move my yoga mat here. If you're just standing, and what you want to try to do is hip width, a little bit wider than hip width apart, and you want to be able to pull the abdominals in so that we get the glutes to activate. And this is one of the biggest problems that people have is your muscle imbalances, and as you get older, they increase. So you don't always have those muscles engaging as we should. So I'm going to show you from a side. When you're standing, you're working the posterior chain. So we're going to place the weight a little bit more into your heels, and you hinge back from your hip first, not your waist. It's not about how close your butt gets to the floor. It's about your range of mobility. So when we drop, you're straight back. So my back is straight, abs are pulled in, and then you're just going to press up, right up from the heels. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Right? So when you get this motion of just going through your squat from a front view, and you're right down, right up. And your power is in the push. Now, if you want to change that up, and you want to hold on to a kettlebell, little extra weight, not a problem. You can use a bar, you can use bands. There's so many varieties and different ways in order to add weight for you to add strength. You can also just slow the movement down and do more of an isometric, right? And you hold, and then slowly work up. And then slowly work down and hold and press up. So your squat is one of your most basic exercises that's going to work your entire lower half. The other one we're going to do is a lunge. Now, most people do them wrong. Most people, I've watched trainers over the years when I've worked in gyms, and they get people to do walking lunges and grab onto weights and all kinds of things. Ideally, until you master this and feel all the muscles engaging, there's no requirement for walking, moving, or adding more weight. So when you're standing, hip width apart, imagine your front foot's at the 11, you're going to slide your right foot back to the 5. Yeah? So then you're just here, and then you're going to come up on your back toe, like you're wearing a stiletto. For all the guys, just come right up on your toe. Your heel's going to stay lifted the entire time. Now, find your weight balance in the center because you're gonna drop that back knee. So let's go from a side view so you can really see what's happening. There's no movement forward, there's no leaning back. It's really about your range of motion and letting that knee drop straight down and push. So you're working both sides. Yeah, so you've got centered, tuck your butt under, lift your rib cage, pull your abs in, bend your back knee, and then push. You're gonna work both legs. So if we're switching, now your right leg's at the 2 o'clock. You're sliding back your left foot to the 7 o'clock, right? If it's a little tight and you need to like widen it out a little bit, go wider, not longer, wider. Find your balance point, you're up on your toe the entire time. Your heel never drops on that back leg. Tuck your tailbone under slightly, lift your rib cage, engage your abs, and straight down. And push straight up and straight down. Think of your knee as the lever point. Yeah? So it's the knee and then straighten. Back knee and straighten. Those are your lunges. Now, this is not an actual program like full how many reps and sets. I'm just showing you the 6 basic exercises that if you're short on time that you should be doing, these are it. The next one we're gonna do is a push-up. Now, I find majority of the women honestly really don't do these well. That being said, there's a lot of men that don't do them really well either. So, yeah, I'm in my room. So I'm gonna show you both. A wide push-up and a narrow. So, the easiest way to do this, lie on your belly, bring your feet in the air, hands out from your chest, make your square with your arms, see where my elbow is, it makes a square, and press. Now, if you need to move around a little bit, you're gonna do that. The only joint moving here is your elbow, and press. So, no bum in the air, no dropping of your chest, not leading with your face. All you're doing is staying in a modified plank and press. Now, if we take a narrow stance and you want to make that more military, which I feel is really great because military works your triceps, your shoulders, your chest all at one time. It's an amazing go-to. Same idea, you're lining up your hands with your chest. You're gonna pull your shoulder blades back in together, squeeze your elbows in like you're squeezing a beach ball, and then just push. Come down and press. Keep your abs pulled in, breathe out, and breathe out. If you need to readjust, do that, but you wanna keep those shoulders. We're not hunching. The shoulders aren't coming to your ears, your butt's not lifting in the air. You really do want to keep your tailbone under, your elbows track back towards your ankles, and press. The push-up and your squats are really, if you've only got time for 2 things, those are the 2 that you're going to do. Honestly, there's days where all I do is a push-ups and your squats, and then that's it. So a shoulder press is the next one. I love a shoulder press because in actuality, we are so weak in our shoulders most of the time and we have such little range of motion. Like it's one of the things I really focus on with a lot of clients is getting more shoulder strength. So, I've already done my workout, but that's okay. We're gonna use this. So, you're gonna grab your weights and then you're gonna hold them in line with your ears. See how I make a square with my arms? Same idea. Press straight up. And then release. You want to keep a little tension. We're not down here. We're not collapsing. The weights aren't doing one of these. Oh, it's painful. Okay, so you want to maintain. I'm just sitting on my stability ball because it's sitting right here. And breathe out. And breathe out. And breathe. So you can pick any weight that you want. It doesn't have to be super hard. As long as you've got form first, you're always going to make a huge difference in what you're doing. It's not about the fancy, it's not about the weight, it's not about the whatever. It really is about form. Okay, so the next one of our basics is a bent over row. You can do this single arm. Ideally, I'm going to teach it to you with both arms. I personally, this is just how I hold my dumbbells. You can hold them any way you want, but you want to grip your dumbbell, right? So we're not here. Your thumb goes around it. When you bend forward, it's your hinging point from your bum. Bend your knees, and your arms will then naturally hang right down from your shoulders. You're going to engage your shoulder blades first. So imagine you're pulling your bra strap together, and release, and squeeze, and screws. So control your movement up and control your movement down. Abs are pulled in, nice and tight. Keep your bend in the knee, squeeze, and you're not dropping. It's not one of these. You want to control that move each way. Yeah, so that's your bent over row. Our very last, most exciting, always love it, the last exercise that we're always doing, and most people that are doing it wrong, is your abdominals. The thing is, they need to be strengthened, right? So we just can't sit around thinking that they're going to be okay. And the more you strengthen them, ladies, the flatter your stomach becomes. That and, proper nutrition. So, when you're doing, there's two. I'm going to show you first a curl and then a reverse. So ideally what you're looking to do, this is your start point. This is how we're getting in. Place your hands behind your knees. Roll yourself down. Shoulder blades stay off the floor. So imagine if you had a corset on. That's the part that touches the floor. You can leave your legs bent. You can straighten them. You can put them in the air. I'm just showing the basics for today. Take a deep breath in. As you curl, we're looking to pull the sternum down to the pubis bone, right? And then stop here. We're not releasing. We're not arching the low back. We're going to keep it up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus on the strength in the core. But we're keeping our head and shoulders up because we want to work this area. Now, we're going reverse. We're going to tuck your thumbs under your bum, and I'll start with a modification. So all we're doing here is pulling your knees in towards your shoulders and getting your bum up off the floor. Breathe out. Breathe out. And breathe out. So again, guys, that's your basics. So if you're tight on time and you're not really sure what I should do, or sometimes people don't really understand, I know, I've already done my workout before I did this video. But if you're really not sure about what to do or how, this will give you a good basic rundown about where to get started. And then after that, you can add the fun, add the bands, add the weight, add the reps, add whatever it is you want to do. So if you have any questions or comments, please post below. And I will be posting way more often. And I hope this gets you started on your 6 basic exercises.